Hi, I'm Anthony McCulloch-Howard.
And I'm Jack Hour.
Today we will be hosting this month's edition of Nauset Sports Talk. We will be discussing the end of the winter sports season. Let's start with some quick introductions of our guests.
Hi, I'm Spencer Jones, and I'm a freshman on the basketball team.
I'm Hannah Bryant. I'm a senior on the hockey team.
I'm Jake Colson. I'm a senior on the wrestling team.
I'm Hannah Johnson. I'm a senior on the swim team.
And let's go down the line. What was your favorite aspect or memory of this past winter season?
Well, for me, probably pretty recently we just qualified for the postseason, which is the second time we've done that in the past 2 years. So that's a pretty big moment, and I mean, that's always a great feeling to have.
I think my favorite memory was, despite the record that we had all season, I think it was a really great community that we all had, and it was fun to see all the new freshmen come up and teach them the sport and see how they evolved over the season.
Last weekend I placed 5th at state, so that was pretty exciting for me.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
My favorite was probably swimming at states and sectionals over February break.
Nice. So going down the line again, what was your biggest takeaway from this past season?
For me, my biggest takeaway was probably the difference in intensity and speed from middle school basketball to high school basketball, because I went from playing with 13, 14, 15-year-olds to playing with 18, 19-year-olds. So it's just a whole other level of competition.
I think for me it would be just trying something new, because it was actually my first year on the hockey team. Granted, I'd been a figure skater for about 13 years when I was younger, so I had the skating experience, but definitely it was a good decision, and it was fun to try something new senior year and get to know new people and try out a new sport that I've never done before.
What made you try hockey?
Honestly, I think it was just I really missed being out on the ice, so I wanted to get back into it, and I love school sports here at Nauset, so definitely wanted to be involved in that, and it was a great opportunity.
Was it a smooth transition?
Yeah, definitely. The picking up the skating was the easiest part for sure, and then just learning the game and the rules that caught on after a while.
Well, this year we had a new coach, so it was weird, it was changed up the past 3 years, so got used to that, and we did pretty good. So.
Just that, even with all the practice time, that, when it comes down to the big meets, that it's just every stroke matters, and all that time you put into it, it was worth it.
And Spencer, how long have you been playing basketball?
I've been playing basketball since first grade.
Wow.
So quite a
long
while.
time. Do you start for the team currently?
Not right now. I have sometimes. I mean, I've been on and off. So as of right now, I'm not.
And what position do you play?
I play power forward or center, or basically post, if you want to call it that.
And what's it like to be one of the only freshmen, one of the very few freshmen on a varsity team?
Well, there's 3 freshmen on the basketball team, and I think, in my opinion, all of us have done pretty well, considering our age and lack of experience at the varsity level. So it's hard to, as I talked about earlier, adjust. But it's great, and the rest of the team has been awesome and very welcoming, and have just taken us in, part of the family.
And do you plan to play in college?
I don't really know yet. I still have 3 more years of basketball here, and I don't know. I don't really have any college plans right now.
So you don't have a college that you're thinking of yet?
Not particularly, no.
All right.
I still don't really know what I'm thinking about doing later.
You got a long time to decide, so.
Yeah.
Now going on to Hannah Bryant. How long have you been interested in hockey? So I know you said you just started, but
Yeah, so
desire before that too?
so this past summer I kind of was interested in it, and then I played hockey throughout the summer just to try to get it back and stuff, and then I just started this season, and that was pretty much it.
And you're on a co-op team, is that correct?
Yeah, so it's actually something that's pretty interesting about the hockey. It's Nauset girls, Monomoy girls, and Cape Tech girls. So it's definitely different dynamic and environment for sure than any other sports that I have experienced in the past years. But it was great to get to know other people from other schools and kind of have that communication with them, and it was really just a totally different environment.
Does the sense of competition change at all?
No, actually, I don't think so, because a lot, like, we were kind of just like a family. Like, a lot of the girls were just really welcoming to each other and open to get to like know new people that they've never even skated with on a team before or even talked to. So that was pretty great.
And what position do you play?
I play forward, so usually left wing.
And who do you think has been a standout this season in girls hockey?
We have quite a few. The girls from Nauset that really stood out and were a big aspect of the team, I'd say Blue Fancy and Elsa Lalone. And yeah, those are the two girls from Nauset that had a pretty big contribution to the team this year.
And is there a different mentality than on a regular school team?
Yeah, I think there is, but this being like the first year of me playing this sport, it's been just totally different all around, but definitely that sense of like, obviously for all sports you got to be like tough and stuff, but especially for this, I noticed that it's a pretty, like, even for girls, even though you can't like hit or anything, it's still a pretty like rough sport, like mentally, and yeah, that's something that you usually grasp onto.
And if you could just tell us, how do you think the team can improve for next season?
Well, we have a lot of freshmen, which was great. I think most of them were from Nauset mainly, so that's great because then they have the team has like a good future ahead of them. But it's great to get as many freshmen as you can to start the new sport that has never done it before, so the team can just keep building and getting better. Yep.
And on to Jake. How did you do during the postseason?
I did the best so far that I've done.
Nice.
I finished second in the section and fifth in D3 states, and next weekend I'm going to wrestle at the All States. So.
Wow, good luck. What weight class are you?
220 pounds.
Oh, wow. What was the team record this season overall?
I don't even know.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't do as well as last year, but we did pretty good. So.
But your personal record was outstanding, correct?
I only had one loss going into the postseason, and I think I've lost 3 times since then.
And which match do you consider your best this season?
I would say my first match back, because I was coming off a collarbone injury, and it just got me back in the swing of things. It felt really nice. So.
And how were your teammates this season in your eyes?
They were great. Wyatt Walker is really good, and Jack Norjo, Akeem, and Eli Wilson. And they're going to be good next year. So.
Yeah.
So going down to Hannah Johnson, how did the season go for the girls swim team as far as overall record and performance in the Bay Colony League?
Overall, we did pretty well. I think we only lost 2 meets, and we won 6, and we actually tied with Barnstable. And I think at Bay Colonies, we actually got 4th.
And besides yourself, who were some of the top scorers on your team?
Nika Dodoli, Brooke Linnell, all scored a lot. At the States meet, both did really well. Lauren Schiffenhaus and Molly Rudman also did very well.
You just finished up your postseason and did very well individually at both the state sectionals and the all-state meet. Where were the meets held, and what places did you come in?
So sectionals was at MIT, which is a really nice pool, and I placed, I think I placed 5th in both my events, and then at states it was at BU, and I placed I think 6th in my 2 free and 5th in my 100 back.
Congratulations. And what would you say was your best rates out of the 2 weekend meets?
I think at states I swam my best 2 free. I dropped like half a second, so I was really happy with that.
And how often did you practice during the high school swim season?
During the high school swim season, I practice 10 times a week. So I double Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then I swim every day.
And what was it like to have your brother on the team?
I love having him on my team. We spend a lot of time together and we really get along, so it's just another fun thing to do together.
And how old were you when you first started swimming?
I think I was 6.
Okay, and we understand that you have a club coach named Mr. Tyler that is in his 80s. How extraordinary. You must really look up to him. What have you gained from him over the years?
Well, he's taught me a lot. I think he's really instilled that, swimming is a lifelong sport that, you can do forever. And that you have to take advantage of each practice, and it's the drive that you have to swim fast, and how mentally swimming is a lot sometimes, but I don't know, you just have to just take it.
So Spencer, again, who do you look up to in the NBA?
That's a hard question because I like a lot of players, but my favorite player is probably Kevin Garnett because he's one of the better players of all time, and he brings a lot of intensity to every game. And even though he's in his 30s, which is pretty old for the NBA, he plays every game like it's his last.
What team does he play on?
Right now, he's on the Timberwolves, I believe.
Okay, and do you follow any other basketball leagues like the WNBA or European leagues?
I don't really follow either of those. I follow college basketball pretty well. I like the Texas Longhorns, Syracuse Orange, and I like doing March Madness brackets every year. But that and the NBA are probably the two main leagues that I follow.
And how do you feel about your team's chances to win the tournament that you qualified over vacation?
Well, it's a pretty big tournament, and we're not going to be too high of seeds because to get into the tournament, you have to be 500, so 10 and 10. And we were 11 and 9, so we're probably going to be one of the relatively lower seeds. So, and we're also a very young team, so I don't know if we're going to go all the way, but I think that this year we can make some noise in there that could surprise a lot of people, seeing as how we're a Cape team, and that's kind of unexpected.
And do you play or watch any other sports?
Not competitively. I play football with my friends sometimes, and I play. And I watch football a little bit, but other than that, not really anything.
Just basketball?
And moving on back to Hannah, you also run cross country, is that right?
Yes, I do.
And what sport do you find that you enjoy more or you do better at?
Well, I also play lacrosse too, and that's my main sport. So I think out of all three of them, I probably would say I succeed more at lacrosse, but it's been quite a journey over the past 4 years to just watch yourself progress between each season, during the season, and it really just shows you what you can handle and how far you can go.
Yeah. And which NHL team is your favorite out of all of them?
I have to say the Bruins are my favorite.
And who would be your favorite player?
I wouldn't say I had a particular favorite player, but I just enjoy watching them a lot.
And do you have any opinions or feelings towards the new Women's League of Hockey that recently opened up?
Well, I think it's definitely a great thing that women's hockey is getting out there because it's definitely a cool sport that guys and girls should both have the attention on.
And do you have any plans for the future or college?
Yes, I plan to go to college. Not sure which one yet, but I would love to play club sports in college for sure.
So moving on to Jake again. Was your coach good at helping you to motivate you and the team?
Yeah, you did really well this year.
How did he motivate you?
Well, I don't know. He was just able to do it. I don't know how to explain really, but.
And what do you think you can do to improve on your personal, even though this was your best season?
Well, I still have to wrestle next weekend, so I just wrestle as the best of my ability and maybe go to New England.
And what do you think your team can improve on?
Well, we're only graduating 3 seniors, so they're gonna just improve by getting older, wrestling more, and they're
More
gonna do.
experience.
Yep, exactly.
And being a senior, what are your future plans? Is wrestling involved?
No, not really. I'm gonna go to college, and I don't think I'm gonna play a sport. So.
Do you know where you want to go to college?
No, not yet.
And how much are you going to miss the wrestling season?
A lot.
And moving back to Hannah Johnson, tell us about your college. You finally picked your school. You're going to Bates in Maine. Are you going to swim there?
Yes, I plan.
And can you tell us anything about the swim program that you've seen there?
Well, they're a Division III school, and they always place pretty high in the NESCAP.
So your expectations and goals are to maybe qualify?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And do you have any idea what you want to study or have as a major at Bates?
No, I have no idea.
Well, do you know how you specifically picked Bates as a college?
Well, I was looking for a smaller school, and I looked at like Division I, Division II. I looked at it all, and I was really excited about like the way division schools like have more emphasis on like learning and like you go to college to learn, not just for swimming. So I was excited having that balance of swimming and academics.
And will you be taking a break from swimming right now that the high school season is over, or does your club team have further championships that you'll be competing for in the spring and summer?
Yeah, swimming never really ends. So my club team, we have a big meet in Buffalo at the end of March, and then that just goes into the summer season, and then we get a break in August.
And are you going to continue training throughout the year?
Yes.
Who's going to like fill your spot now that you're graduating? Do you have any top younger swimmers that you've noticed might take your place?
I think it's anyone's game. Nika Dodoli and Brooke Linnell have shown a lot of improvement throughout the year. So next year, we'll have to battle it out.
And what were the responsibilities that you had as a captain of the team?
You're supposed to, like get the team hyped for all the big meets, and just show like leadership during practice, like always be doing the right thing and help the new swimmers understand some parts of the swimming.
And this is just kind of a down the line. Do you guys have any plans to try to go pro, or are you just going to kind of stick with your sport until maybe college?
Well, for me, there's a very slim chance of me getting pro basketball. So if I could, that would be just awesome. But I don't think that's going to happen. So, I'll go as long as I see fitting or see possible, but probably not going to go pro.
And Hannah?
Yeah, definitely I wouldn't say pro, but for sure, for as long as I can play these sports in life, I will, because it's something that I really enjoy.
And Jake, you've already said you're not going to try to go pro.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if there's pro wrestling.
The Olympics, maybe.
Yeah, that's it.
And Hannah?
I think my swimming career will probably end in college. I don't think the Olympics are really the game of the goal.
All right.
Well, thank you to Spencer Jones, Hannah Bryant, Jake Colson, and Hannah Johnson. For Anthony McCulloch-Howard and me, this has been Nauset Sports Talk.